So before we are going to, yeah, Hassan.
Yeah, carry on. He will be here soon. So please
Oh,
carry on. Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, today we will have the session interactive planning. Before I am going to start today's session, so first we will recap what are the things we have covered as of now. So in like APO, demand planning is basically a statistical forecasting tool. So normally many of the companies they will take past 36 months sales history and doing the forecast for the future 24 months. So to use this tool, we have to do some basic configurations. Hi Binay. So part of that we have already completed storage bucket profile, planning bucket profile, MPAS and planning area, planning books, and master forecast profiles. Just I will quickly recap. So slash SAP APO TR32 periods it is for planning area. The same we can call it as a storage bucket profile. So basically it's the definition how you want to store for your demand planning application. So normally we are going to store weekend month level because month is a forecast generation buckets and week is a review the forecast. This should be more than past 36. This should be more than future 24 months. And this is a physical area variant and time stream ID. These are calendars we are going to discuss later. Then maintain time bucket profiles. Like this is we are going to use in the planning books and data views. How much data, how you want to see. So normally planners, they will see 20 months data. They will see 8 weeks data. They will see like a 1 year data, a combination of a week and a month. So different possibilities are there. So how many ways they want to see the data? That many data views we are going to create it. Then we created a MPAS and a planning area. Both we can create using this transaction MSDB admin. So here we have a option MPAS, or we can call it as a planning object structure, blob, PAS, everything is the same. And here we have created our MPAS as a ZAPO 55. So MPAS is basically a master data structure. It is a house for the master data. In MPAS, we are going to keep the characteristics. What are the required characteristics? We are going to call from here. Then we will maintain the CVC. CVC is nothing but like a master data for the MPAS. So we have created some of the CVCs. In the real time, normally these number will be some 1 lakh or 10 lakhs also. So these many numbers and make it as automation. We are going to follow the a process from the cube. Like the cube, we are going to read all the sales data and we are going to create the CVCs. Then we created a planning area. Basically, the planning area is a structure of the transactional data. When you are creating a planning area, it will ask you to assign MPAS and storage bucket profile. So basically my time structure, my master data structure, my transaction data structure, everything I have integrated and give the base unit of measure and currency and the total data in the APO is going to store into the database as a LCA live cache application. It's a default. And in the planning area, take the key figures. Nothing but like as per our activities. So normally for the demand planning, so these are the activities. So maintain the history, generate the forecast, and add the promotions, do the consensus meeting, review, and release the final forecast. So to do all our activities, we have to give the relevant key figures. And all APO data, like particularly APO demand planning data in the live cache is going to store as a time series, and we are going to discuss later about the aggregation and disaggregation. It's a separate topic. And locking logic, anyway, I will show today in the system how locking logic is going to work. Then once you created your planning area, then create a time series and activate your planning area. So normally the time series always like a past 36 and future 24 months. Every month we are going to change the dates from and to dates. Then we created a planning books, and part of planning books we will get a data views also. So basically the planning book is nothing but like a layout or design of the interactive planning screen. What is the interactive planning screen? Finally, all the demand planning team where they are going to work. So where they are going to interact their data. Like in a single screen, we can see all the information. That is nothing but like a interactive planning screen. So here, like we can create number of planning books based on the demand planning roles and responsibilities or activities. For history maintenance, some team is going to perform that one and generate the forecast. Some team is going to perform it, and adding the promotion, sales and marketing team, and consensus meeting. Who are the managers? They are going to handle that one. So based on their roles and responsibilities and activities, we are going to create a different planning books, and each planning book have different data views, maybe one data view, two data view, or three data views. If you select these icons, it will be appear in the interactive planning, and give the planning area, and what are the key figures you want it, what are the characteristics you want it in this particular planning book. And once you save the planning book, you will get an option key figure attributes. So here we can do two things. One is change description. If planners wants to see a different description, this is the key figure definition initially, but later they want to see as this as a description. Yes, we can change it. And we can create auxiliary key figures. Something you don't want to store the data in the database level. It's a temporarily. It's like just like as a mirror image. Then add the data views. How many data views you want it? Nothing but like how many ways the business wants to view the data. How they want to view the data. Data view. The name itself, data view. How you want to view the data? I want to view 24 months future and past. I want to see only 6 weeks, 8 weeks future data. I want to view only 1 year data, a combination of month and week. So how they want to view? Create a data view as per our time bucket profiles. It will show the data. Then in this particular data view, whatever the key figures you want it, you can add it. Then we created a master forecast profiles. So basically to generate a statistical forecast, we are using master forecast profile. Again in the master forecast profile, we have a three approaches to generate a forecast. So one is a univariant. Univariant we have a straight algorithms, straight formulas are there. So just you can pick the formula and you can generate the forecast. MLR is a based on the dependent and independent variables we can generate the forecast. Composite is a combination. So 95% of industry following the univariant. So first we need to study the history, identify what kind of a behaviors are there. According to that we can create a forecasting profiles. So give the forecast key figure, month, how much history you want to read, how much forecast you want to generate, and where you want to read the history. And these are the different formulas. Like SAP given all possible standard formulas for constant model, for moving average, for weighted average, for trend, for seasonality, plus trend plus seasonality, and like linear regressions. So all possible they have given already. And even if you are not able to judge, okay, what formula I need to apply, we have auto models also. And still you want to customize your own also, we can customize our own algorithms also. And it will give the error percentage. Once the forecast is generated, it will throw you the error, how much the forecast is errors. So those we can still fine tune with using the alpha, beta, gamma, etc. So like that, how many profiles we require, we are going to create it. So normally when implementation time, we are going to create it, and like every 3 months or every 6 months, they will review. Again, if any changes are there, they are going to move the product. Say for example, like a one product initially, it's like a trend product. So later it become as a seasonality. So like over a period of time, it's behaving its history. So they are going to move the product from sorry, trend to seasonality. Like that, once a while they will review profiles and they are going to change it. Okay. Now, once we done all these things, then we are going to work in the interactive planning screen. So nothing but like a where you are like see everything in the name only it is there. Like what is the definition of that one? Interactive. You are going to interactive for your planning data. That is the screen. So finally, all the business people going to work in this interactive planning screen. So to enter into the interactive planning screen, go to the demand planning slash SAP APO SDP94. So double click. So here, here you can see all the planning books and data views. So since we don't have restrictions, authorizations here, so that is the reason we are able to see all the planning books and data views. But in the real time, whatever the planning books you have authorization, it will show only those only here. If you have only one planning book, it will show only one planning book authorization. And if you double click on the planning book, you can see all the details. So nothing but like what are the things you have created as of now. You can see the storage bucket profile, and you can see your MPass, and you can see your planning area, and you can see what are the characteristics are there, what are the key figures are there, everything we can see here. Under the planning book, go to the drill down. You can able to see your data views. Okay, you want to see the data a month buckets. Just double click. It will show into the month buckets. What are the key figures you have assigned and what are the sequence you have assigned. And according to the past and future time bucket profiles, it will show the past and future here. And here it's a macros. Basically, macros are nothing but like a same how we are using in Excel. Indirectly, it is a Excel. It's a beautiful Excel. Indirectly, it's a beautiful Excel. So many of the Excel functionalities you are going to see here. So this is nothing but like a macros. We can write a macro. Okay, I want to calculate my total forecast. So here it's thousands or millions of records are there. So you cannot go and create, you cannot go and calculate manually. So you write some formula. So it will apply to whole data. If you write in Excel some macro, whatever the number you change, automatically the calculation will be happened. Similarly here also. So macros anyway, next week we are going to see this particular topic. Say for example, I want to calculate my total forecast is equal to forecast plus promotions plus manual correction. So like that, whatever the formulas you want, you can write it. So this we are going to see next week. And here it is nothing but like a selection IDs we are going to assign it. So it means here we have a lot of data. So for example, I want to see a particular data. So it will show all our characteristics, whatever you have selected in our planning book. I want to see a particular product. So what are the products you have? If you drill down, it will show nothing but like a, it is going to read our MPAS and it will show these are the products are available in our MPAS CVCs and location. So for particular this product one, what are the locations are there? One location is there. So let me save it. I will tell you why I am going to save it. Save it. So it will be appear here. If you double click on this tab, selection profile, whatever you have saved, it will appear here. Just drag and drop here. Today we are going to see the functionalities of the interactive planning screen. Each and every icon of this screen we are going to discuss. So now if you double click, then it will show the data. So as of now, we have not maintained any data, so that's why it is not going to show anything. Still, we have not started data preparation. Okay. So for example, I want to see the data, a brand level, all the brands in the system. So select here as a brand. So all the brands. I don't want to any further filter. Or like what are the brands starts with the B. I can give as a B star also. Anyway, like I want to see all the brands. So save it. You want to overwrite or you want to create a new one? I want to create a new one. Why these are the things I am creating, I will tell you. Continue. So that it will show what are the brands are available. So double click and take this to here. So nothing but like I am creating a selection IDs. This is called as a selection IDs. Okay. I want to create one more with all the products and all the locations. If you want everything, give the star. Or you want to particularly starts with A star, like that also we can give. It will read the star also. I want to create a new one, ZAPO 55 P star and N star, like all the products and locations combinations. It will show all the products and location combinations. So I will keep it here. Okay. So come out. So basically, normally to interact the data, what business people will do, they will go to this screen. So I am a planner. I am going to work daily on the screen. So to work in the screen, I want to work with some data. So daily if I'm working, if you ask me to go and here, select what are the brand you want to work, what are the product you want to work, just to make it to the filters and load the data and work it. It's difficult. So that's why how many ways they are going to see the data, that many I will create a selection ID. Say for example, they want to work a brand level data. So just simply they will double click. Okay, they want only brand one. They will double click on the brand one. Or they want to both brand one and two. So they will select everything and this is also load the data. or they want to see only product one, location one data, simply they will double click and they will load the data. Or they want to see all the products and locations, simply they will double click and they will load the data. So like that, they may access a customer group data, a particular disease data, or particularly a products data, brand data, some different combination, maybe some 10, 20, 30. So those we need to create as a selection IDs and we need to assign to their ID. This is my ID, like that we need to assign to the business IDs. So that always they need not to go and here give the filter, I want this one, I want that one. So here, or I have to give like a product 1, 2, 3, 4, or I want to see product 1 200 into product 1 200, I want to exclude product 70, 30, 80. So all these things they need not to do. So simply they will come, they will double click on the selection ID and they will see what are the relevant data they want it. Or I want to differentiate my data. Okay, these are the products are belongs to constant model. These are the products are belongs to trend model. These are the products belongs to seasonality. How you are going to group it? So nothing but like a creation of the selection ID. So selection ID is nothing but like a grouping of our data. Like there is lot of data. So particular user wants to see some particular data. I have 100 brands in my company. So there are 5 planners are there. So the first guy is handling first 10 brands. Second guy is handling second 20 brands. The third guy handling next 30. So I will group it here. I will create a selection ID and I will give to him so that he need not to go and again every time into the interactive planning and check this one all the things. Simply he will come to the screen. He will double click. Okay, brand 1 and 2 I am handling. So I will load the data and I will do work on this data. So selection ID. What is the data you want to particularly in a selection? We can create a selection IDs. Here in the show, whatever you show, it will show in the show. And again, under the show, we can give the filter. Particular a brand belongs to only this location, belongs to only this product group, belongs to only this sales organization. Like that, you can give further filters also. You can give further filters also. So like that, maybe in a system, maybe we will create some 100 selection IDs also. We can create 100 selection IDs also. Or like this is a manual creation process, or like there is a maybe if you want to create some more than 100, 200, 300, something like that, there is no standard process to create a mass. So we have to develop a custom program. We have to develop a custom program. We need to ask the developer write a code so that they will give what are the combinations they want to see in Excel. So the program will read this Excel and it will create a automatic selection IDs. If it is a huge, then we can go for a custom development, or we can create a manually also, or we can give access to the business, they will curate manually. And here again, we are going to maintain the authorization. So I am looking only for brand 1 and 2. If I try to load the data brand 3, system will say you will not have the authorization. Like that we can control a brand wise, a product wise, a location wise, anything, any master data level, we can maintain the authorizations also. That is normally a basis and security team, they are going to do this one. So like that they will enter into the system. Now, so what are the key figures? How it is going to get a data? So these are the key figures. How it is going to get a data? See, basically history. This is the data flow for history. The history is the data flow. Like normally from SAP ECC system, in SAP ECC we have a sales orders and we have a sales invoice data. So this data we are going to take in APO inbuilt cube, info provider or info cube. We have a program to read the data and it will create a CVC and it will apply the history data. So if you run that program, all the history it will apply. Here it will put. We have a standard program to get a data from ECC to info cube, from cube to planning area. So this complete flow we will see as a separate part as a BW. So till that time, what we will do, we will give manually history data and we will work on the forecasting. Now I want to use some mass history. Go to this calculator button. Just I want to show a small example today. So next session, I will give more details about the forecasting. So history is always till last month. So till last month, whatever we sold it. Say for example, every month from here to here, I am selling some 1,000 quantity. Just I am showing one layman example just to understand how this tool is working. So tomorrow we are going to discuss, like in next session, we are going to discuss a more details of the forecasting. So this is the history data. Since 24 months, every month it is selling some 1,000 quantity. So leave this statistics, formulas, algorithms, and forecasting tools, etc. In general, if somebody told, boss, particular a product, I am selling every month as a some 1,000 quantity. So what you will expect in the future about this product sales? So very simple, boss. In the future also, it will sell 1,000 only, because since 24 months every month it is selling some 1,000. So definitely in the future also it is going to sell 1,000 quantity. So our tool also will do the same thing. Like if we go to the univariant profile, yesterday we have created. If you run this profile, it will ask which profile, which model you want to run. I know this is a constant history. So I will choose constant model and I will execute. Save it and come out and save it. So if your history is like this, you will get a forecast also like this. Then if any promotions are there, so for example August they are going to give buy one get one, or in the consensus meeting managers will do some corrections. Then we are going to write a macro, it will calculate, okay, this is my total final forecast, like that it is going to calculate it. So now just I am showing one small example just to understand how this tool is working. So similarly, like for all these we are going to run in the background as a background jobs. So every month 10th we want to do the forecasting activities. See, so for this particular selection ID, run the constant model. This selection ID, run the seasonal model. This selection ID, run the seasonal plus trend model. Like that, in the background, we are going to set up a job. So by executing the job, it will run the forecast and it will update it. So this is coming from the R3 or SAP ECC system, and this is system is generating. Then say like a promotions. Normally promotions, there are two possibilities are there. One is normally business, they will give input sometimes, and other thing, business will give the flat file. They will give a .csv file, comma separated value file. So via file also we can upload the data into the DP. This is also we are going to see in the BW time. So like that, if mass promotions are there, we can apply via file also. That is also I will show you. Then manual corrections. Normally in the meeting, like a brand manager and regional manager, they will have a call and they will do the they will do the corrections manually in the high level, and the system will do the disaggregation to the lowest level. So that is also we will see into the aggregation disaggregation topic. So this is also most of the chances is manual corrections, and this is a system calculated. So I am going to write a macro, so automatically it is going to do by system calculations. And sales orders also I will get from R3, and these also macro. If you run a macro, then only update these key figures. So normally there is a possibilities of the data here. One is from ECC system. Normally sales history and sales order from ECC. Promotions via flat file, and forecast system generated, and others normally macro. Via macro we can give the inputs. And here so if you want to go to the next, like a, see, you want to see only selection IDs, select it. Here it will show only the selection IDs. You want to see selection IDs plus data views. You want to see selection IDs, data views and macros. And this is to create a selection ID. And this is to drill down. Like a, from here I want to go to the brand. Similarly, I want to go to the a location. Like that we can go to the next levels. Select all. Like here if you have multiple things are there, I have multiple things, select all, unselect all. And this is a description. So normally this is the product value and product name, and these are the descriptions, short descriptions, medium description, long description. So you want to see all the descriptions, select all and save it. And this is like load the data, load the data. And this is a design button. So design button is nothing but like a, if you select it, it will take you to this one. So here you can go to your planning book also. You want to see your planning book, the way we are created, you can go and see here. And in the design we have one more option. Say for example this key figure, I don't want to allow anybody to enter manually any data, because this is going to be calculated by macro. I don't want to allow the people to give the input. So right click and go to the selected rows, say output only, so that it will not allow input manually. And go to the live, save it. Now you can see it is disabled. If somebody wants to give some input, it will not take, because I want to, this should be calculated by macro. So the macro I am going to write it, it is going to calculate this plus this plus this. I don't want to enter anybody any manual values. Like that, some of the key figures we can restrict not to give any manual values. And here you can see, like a, if you want to get this one, here header should be on. If no header on, you will not going to see anything here. If we say header on, you can see again these icons. So this is nothing but like I see here I have loaded a data at a brand level, but I want to see a detail level information. Then go to this header information settings, and here you can select, okay, I want to see products, I want to see location, like that multiple level also you can select it. So I have selected a brand 1 and brand 2. Again in the brand 1 and brand 2 I want to see a product level details. Go to the detail all. So each brand again it is going to show each product level detail information. Each product again I want to see a combination of each location. So product 1 in the location 1, product 2 in the location 1, product 3, location 2 and location 3. So like that, any kind of a slice and dice, any kind of a aggregate, disaggregate, any kind of a detail level information you can see in a single screen. That is the way SAP designed this tool. And the same you can download as a desktop file. You can save it as a desktop file. So go to the desktop and save it. So now if you go to your desktop, you can see the same. So you can like download as a report kind of a thing. Again, you can upload also. There is icon here. Like say for example, there you are going to do some changes, and you can upload also. We have a upload option. I want to apply. So just we can upload the file also. So sometimes like .NET and if those are not supporting also, it will give some issue. So we can upload. Okay. So normal sometimes it will give some issue because some .NET settings are not, or like Microsoft settings are not supporting also, but we can upload it here like this. And so that like if business wants to some kind of a reports, they can easily get a report using this one. They can get a business reports also. So they can download into the Excel and they can work in the screen. Again, what are the changes they done, they can upload to here. And that screen is going to work like as a Excel. Say for example in Excel, I have some data. So normally in Excel, what we have a functionality, copy, paste. Similarly, here also like I can copy, I can paste here. Or I can copy, here also I can paste here. Control C, Control V will work. Control C, Control V will work. So like that's why I'm saying that it's like an Excel kind of a function. And here you have given as a promotion. Say for example, buy one get one. You want to inform your team. So what you will do normally, if you are circulating some Excel within your team, some important points you are going to put as a comment. So similarly, like here also we can write a comment. We can go to the display note. Reduce display note. So right click, go to the display note. So here you will get a space. So you can write it here. So like that something you want to inform to your team. So you can inform, you can write it here as a note. So in Excel, how comment is highlighting. Similarly, here also the comment will be highlighted. So that people, like you need not inform to everybody. So if somebody wants to see the data, they will right click and they will see, okay, something is there here. Why they give this guy is added some 1000 quantity. So they will see, okay, this is the reason he's added a 1000 quantity. Again, you don't want this one, so simply delete it. Yes. It will not appear. Like in Excel, we can go drill down, drill up. Here also we can go drill down, drill up. In Excel, we can have a filters. Here also you can go for the filters. Say for example, in all the products, I want to see only product 1 and 2. You can go the filters also. In Excel, we can put a drill down, we can put a comments, we can put. In Excel, we can copy paste. Here we can put. In Excel, we can write a macro, we can put here. So it's not something like you are going to learn something new. It is something we know already, just extending our knowledge. So like that we have other functionalities like zoom in, zoom up, and this is to give the mass data, download and upload, send a mail, and these are the alerts. Alerts anyway, we are going to discuss a separate topic. This is nothing but like a note. Just now I have shown the note. And here also you don't want to see all these key figures. Then you can go to the multiple key figures. You say that I don't want to see everything. I want to see history and forecast only. It will show history and forecast only. And you want to see graph. Just right click and go to the graph. It will show the graph versus your table. Or you want to a different graphs. So we can go to the different graphs also. So right click, change. I want to lanes, select the lanes. So that you can go to the different graphs also. You don't want to graph, just ungraph. Or you want to see only graph, go to the graph. Only table, go to the table. Graph and table, here we have option. Like that we can see unit of measure conversions also, that I will show you later. So like that how you want to see. Again you want to see all the key figures, okay? All key figures. And you want to like hide some of the key figures. I don't want to give some key figures to somebody. So here go to the user settings. We have a hide option. Okay, I don't want to give any sales key figures. And refresh. So it is not going to show any key figures. It is not going to show any key figures. Again you want to see, again go to this one, say unhide and refresh. So you are able to see all of it. This is like a display button. You want to see the data into the display, you want to see in the change level. This is full screen and off screen. Full screen, off screen. And this is a univariant MLR, and this is composite, and this is a promotion. And here like a for example, you have loaded the data for product 1 and location 1. You are into the edit mode. Somebody or you only in another screen, again you want to go to the change mode. So system will say selection is locked by user. So here already I have locked. I am into the change mode. It will not allow the same into the 2 times as a change. Otherwise here I will do some changes, here I will do some changes. So both will be conflict. So to avoid that one, system will lock the data. Like one screen will be changed and another screen will the same data. Another screen it will show as a change mode. Another screen it will be display mode only. But other data, see product 1 you locked, but product 2. So for example, I want to go for the product 2. Product 2 it will allow you to the change mode. So one particular CVC, what level you loaded, that level only it will be locked. So what level it's locked, that level only it will be locked. Otherwise, it will be conflict. So how it is working? Based on the planning area settings. So the planning area locking logic. Otherwise, if it's giving access the same data change mode for multiple people, I will do something, he will do something, it will be a conflict. So to avoid this one, it is given as a change access. You can open parallelly multiple screens also. Like normally production server, it will allow 3 screens. In development or quality server, maximum 6 screens we can open. We can open 6 screens together always. So anyway, again, like the same things. These are the things we are going to discuss again and again. Because from today, daily we are going to use this screen. So daily we are working all these different icons and different things. So we are going to see again and again and again all these options. From today, daily we are going to work in this screen. Without this screen, so no demand planning from today.